recording again. Okay, so I made a mod. I showed this last time. You can do this, yada yada yada. This one's a little bit more complex because you've got a whole bunch of different units. So the good thing is, here I've also made this kind of like a Z stack, V stack, so you can see what's going kind of. These controls are grouped, these are controls are grouped. One thing that I'm kind of happy about, but I'm going to ask you if you know how to do it, because I don't know how to do it, is when you switch here, I wanted to get a notification, or I guess notification, so that I could, or event, so it would automatically pick a value. It wouldn't pick a value to start, so like if I clicked here and you hadn't clicked this, it wouldn't be lit because you hadn't clicked on anything. And I didn't know what to set because, if it's an imperial and you've clicked metric, I don't really, I didn't have a way of keeping track of that before. And consequently, you would get results down here that would be wrong because this might not be switched or set, right? So at least now, when you switch between units, it'll always pick the first one, right? So that's good. This is an input, so I think this is called a text field. So, you can put a value there, and if you're converting imperial, whatever, that's good. But if you notice this down here, this is a text, kind of like a label. It's non-editable because you edit here, get the result there. I don't understand why this is not left justified. So we got that question. There's a third question, and that is because this output could be anything, right? I mean, it's a double value. Well, let me clarify that. Maybe it's not the output. It's the selector value. The selector value can be one of many states. In this case, it's 4 for metric. You got 4 for imperial, so it's one of 8 states, but you don't necessarily want it to be picking from the other possible states, right? So I got an issue there. So let's look at the easiest first things first. Look at the UI. All right, so on that output, so I'll show you the text one. This is the V, so Z stack, V stack, that's where you're getting that color green. The number here, this is a text field. It's focused, it's format a number. So format number is key. The next guy down here is that output that's not left justified. He's just a text, right? But he's still a format as a number. I've got multi-line text alignment leading, which I thought that meant left justified. Don't know. So here we can say to do one. All right, so got that problem. All right. The next one was in order to get that. Let's show this real quick. In order to get that thing, so when the system unit picker, metric or imperial was changed. Originally, I found this, and that kind of made sense. So like on change, we'll get the new value, and then if whatever it is, you're just picking the first unit, whatever, yada yada yada. But that was deprecated, so I went to this style. I just winged it, right? I'm using code completion and stuff, so I don't understand this initial value is true. Try to change that. See if it runs any different. I don't recall. This is on the output. So whatever that is, I don't know. I'm just gonna put it back to, so I'm not sure what that is. I guess the old value would be, you could look at it, but I'm just looking at the output system, right? Because that's what you're changing when you press it. Okay, not sure if that's valid, but that's that. All right, so go up here, and basically that's all I'm doing, right? You know, switching on, and these are types, right? And this will kind of show this. This is a little weird to me. I was really wanting to kind of do a union type, but it's okay. So you've got your possible system units, possible metric units, and possible imperial length units. These are arrays. Get back to that. And then the output system, let's see, where is it? Yeah, so output system, it's of this type, but no, output unit. Output unit's the one that's key, because that is the one that can be imperial or metric, right? This one, system, would be, that's an enum that really can only be metric or imperial, but this one could be inch, millimeter, yada yada yada, going back and forth. So let's show you how that worked out. So I kind of did this the same way I did those other ones. They're struct system units. I said enums, but really the enum is wrapped in a struct. Probably didn't need to do that. And then based upon a protocol that describable in the other one that I did, I'm still using that protocol. I think that's a protocol. Let's look. Come over here. It's from the screens. Yeah, it's a protocol, which really just says you're going to return the value as a string. So get rid of this. So, and the hashable bit means that it can compute a hash for it, and they're unique. I mean, it's a string, right? Or I guess I could have said like equals 0, equals 1, whatever. It could have a count, but that's how it worked out. All right, so those are the system units. So I did the metric units, and then I did the imperial units, and I was like, I'd like to do a union with a value, kind of like that screen thing that says this is either, you know, imperial or metric, and then that would switch based upon which of those types. So found this, which that didn't work, so found this in Swift, where you can have an enum where you're a kind of a union of two enums. Doing this, I probably could have done that struct wrapped in an enum differently. The only thing here that was kind of weird to me was, if I've pulled in all the metrics, it would be grand if I could just say case metric linked unit system, but I kind of have to like split them out, and because of that, then I have to split the decodes of them out, and every time I use them, do the same way. So like I said, I'm learning Swift UI, which is the framework for doing the framework, you know, whatever the UI, and I'm learning Swift again, and I'm still don't know that. And this is kind of a Swiftism. So that's that. Is there anything else about about this. No, I think that's it. All right.